the girl he cheated on me with too. They have a baby together now.
Congrats.
Can I hit her with an awkward
happy
moment?
family.
Okay.
Hey.
All my properties and see the appraisal. Hold this shit together like a staple. You my brother, I could not betray you. Too much money piled on the table. We got prize horses in the stable. I feel like SGA, the way I be making them plays. I'm going 30.
What's up, guys? Montae here from the QMO Podcast. I got the big homie.
Oh, what up, what up, what up? You got Leonidas in the house, you know it. And sitting next to me is the lovely Livy B.
Livy B in the house. Oh,
They're not letting me talk.
Oh, we're not clapping?
The lovely,
Oh.
my bad.
Yeah.
The lovely Livy B.
The real Liv B. Hi, follow me.
We ain't letting her talk. So.
Yeah, she in
I'm
her
just
feelings
messing.
today, y'all. She feel like we ain't been talking to her, and I don't know, y'all. You know, family problems. But we do have an exciting guest with us today. But before we get into that, Liv, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I don't know if you could tell, but I did my makeup for the first time in a long time by myself.
I like your hair.
So I got some blush and stuff from L'Oreal. So shout out L'Oreal for sending me some.
All right,
PR.
all right.
I started a new job, JOB. It's weird to say because I usually work for myself, but now I am helping run Uptown Cheapskate Chandler's Instagram. So if you see anything new or you have suggestions, please DM me and let me know. I've been good. I haven't been in the gym as much.
Yeah, I know you look a little small, man. But
Oh, I was gonna say I look a little big.
Oh.
I've been gaining weight.
Like, hey, she ain't mad about that.
I've been trying to. Yeah.
There it is.
What you got going, big homie?
Oh man, I've been busy, man. Moving to, Lion Luxury Sprinter, man. Just had we was working with DeAndre Ayton.
Oh yeah, hung out with DA.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man.
that?
So that was fun.
Play with the Suns.
I'm just kidding.
No, you really don't say it. No, you really don't know. Don't even do that.
Nah, man, and had a man just been keeping busy, man. We're in the gym, and just trying to get on that fitness goal. I'm not a bicep kind of guy, but so that's about it, man. Just staying busy, man.
Yeah,
Enjoying
so-
life, man. Trying to laugh as much as I can, man.
Yeah, man, I love that. We had some pretty cool stuff happen recently. I'm actually moving, just got a new spot. I'm gonna be staying downtown Phoenix, so I'm excited about that. Shout out to the big homie for letting me crash at his spot
Oh,
for 2
man,
months.
my nephew,
They were
man.
roommates.
We were roommates for a little bit. It was
Yeah,
cool.
man.
We bump heads here and there, but that's what people do.
Man.
I still love him though. It's my dog.
Hey, I told him no matter what, man. Like that's what best friends do. Me and my best friends used to, man, go at each other's throat. But when it's all said and done, we ain't cross certain lines.
Oh
That's my
yeah,
best
for
friend.
sure. Nah.
But I'm be over there all the time sleeping on the couch.
Oh yeah, no, so
Put
pull up,
your
though.
toothbrush in the toilet. He told me.
Thank God I switch it every day.
What she talking about,
really
man.
Wow, really? Oh,
Nah,
that's
Uh,
smart.
But man, we got an exciting guest with us today, man. I'm super excited to. Well, I'm not introducing him. I actually Livy B gonna introduce him.
Livy B.
But drum roll, please.
Okay, y'all. So today we're sitting with a guest whose story is just as rich as the bread he bakes. He's not only changing the game in artisan baking, but he's also building a brand that stands for culture, community, and purpose. Born in Colombia, raised on service, built from scratch. He's a proud U.S. veteran, a bold entrepreneur, and the mastermind behind one of the Valley's fastest growing favorites, Doughvine bread. You may have seen him featured in the Phoenix New Times or on your screen via Channel 3, 10, 12, and now Channel 7's Daily Mix airing this Friday. He's also a respected member of Local First Arizona, the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and Arizona's Entrepreneurs Exclusive Inner Circle. Please welcome to the QMO stage or mic, Andres Cano.
Thank you. Man, that was quite the introduction. I felt I was like on the Golden Globes or the Oscars.
That's why we brought her, man. She's good at what she do.
That was really good. Thank you.
Hey, that's who
Appreciate
you
it.
are, man. Hey, you did all of that.
These your acting,
You
man.
did all
Yeah,
that.
for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. How you feel?
It's good. It's good to started my business in October of last year, and it's been growing pretty quickly. Social media presence, and then just trying to build a brand that people know and people want to buy my bread.
I love that.
No,
man.
that's amazing, honestly. And to know that you went from cybersecurity
Yes.
to baking bread. Like, can you tell us a little bit about that
Oh,
transition? How was that?
I went from being in technology, so I was in the Air Force. I did cybersecurity, database infrastructure security, went into construction technology, and then went into building businesses, helping um, people in technology build their own businesses, building marketplace technology marketplaces in telematics. Moved into Amazon Web Services that I did strategy for them, global strategy and sales and partnership growth, and then moved into baking bread.
Yeah,
So I went from technology to all the way to now baking bread. And I said, hey, if I can help people build their businesses, and corporate America, they they love you, but when they don't love you, they don't care for you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it's like, why can't I work for myself? Why can't I build my own brand? Why can't I do what I'm doing for somebody else, and do it for me and spend it on myself? So that's what I started doing.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I noticed in what you just told us is you did a lot for other people,
Yeah.
whether helping businesses, helping enhance their cybersecurity, and working for Amazon, which is huge. But now being able to be your own boss, I mean, it's a lot different, but I feel like it's a good transition for you.
It is. It's something that you have to work hard. You depend on yourself, and you have to make sure that you're really marketing yourself, which is why, to me, it's like building my brand. It's all about how do I get people at the beginning to build a foundation? Like, nobody really is going to buy your bread if they don't know who you
Who you
are.
are.
Right.
They're not going to buy your product if your product sucks, right? So how do I build a brand that is one and start including within the community, within family, friends, and people just trying my bread, people giving me feedback. Feedback is truly important, whether it be good feedback, bad feedback is something that I really take to heart. And I always ask them, what do you think about it? How can I improve? What can we do better? And then taking that feedback and really putting it back and then building my name so that people say, hey, I know who Andres Cando is. I want to buy his bread. I know his product. I know who he is. So that's really what I've been focusing on and working towards.
I love that.
I love that,
No.
man. That's dope. And you working at Amazon, man. That's currently where I work right now.
Oh, do you?
I'm in
Nice.
data analytics.
Okay.
So I mean, we bring a lot of people on, and they always have similar background as far as leaving corporate America or just wanting to work for themselves. I mean, could you explain to us or explain that day? How was it for you when you just decided that this was it for me? I want to just do my own thing.
That was hard. It was really hard because I mean, going from corporate where you always have a paycheck,
Hmm.
you always have income coming in. You're working for somebody else, but you're still having the ability to put your talent into what you're doing. And people want to because you can do what you can do, but then you turn that around and say, okay, I'm leaving,
Hmm.
and you don't have that, that safety net. I mean, you can have the safety net and the fact that you set yourself up for success, whether you're saving, whether you're looking at different stocks or whatever you do for that. But just leaving completely, especially a company like Amazon. Amazon, I was a senior manager at Amazon, doing strategy, doing very well, and then saying, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn that around and look and kind of focus on myself. That was pretty hard.
Yeah, because you pretty much gambling on yourself. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? You're
right.
taking a risk, but something in the back of your, something like I gotta do this. So
Exactly.
what day like did it hit you like, and then how long did it take for you to make that decision to leave once you know what I'm saying?
I think what hit me was the current environment that we live in, right? Technology is right now like this. It's very like a roller coaster. So you don't know. Technology used to be very predominant. There's a lot of new technology like AI that's coming in that's probably not removing people's jobs, but it's taking over a lot of the things that people can actually do. So you're losing a lot of people that are probably losing jobs. There's a lot of companies that overhired during COVID and now are realizing like, whoa, we have a lot of overhead. We need to get rid of all this overhead. And it's been happening at Microsoft, Amazon, everywhere you go technology wise. And that's when I realized, hey, that can happen to me one day. And I may not have a job. So I need to find something that is one, I can build that if that does happen, I do have some source of income. And then two is I'm not depending on somebody else. Like if the failure and success is dependent on me. So that's when I realized last year, I'm like, I started seeing things and I'm like, the great thing is I have a really good network in the technology world. So if I do want to go back, I could, or if I wanted to like kind of like part-time as I'm building something, I could do it.
I feel like when it comes to success too, like you can't be successful if you're afraid to fail, which means you
Right.
have to go out of your way or go out of your comfort zone to really try something new, try something that may make you feel uncomfortable. But once you do it and you succeed, whether you succeed or fail, you can always find other ways or avenues to be successful at
Right.
it.
Oh no, 100%. I think you have to, if you're uncomfortable, that means that you're doing something right, right? Because you're putting
Definitely.
yourself in a point that you're uncomfortable, and that means that there is that success that's starting to happen. So it's like give or take that happens. So I think that was, now I'm realizing that, oh man, I'm like, I need to fill my hours doing X, Y, and Z. I'm baking, I'm, doing social media. I'm a team of one.
Yep.
So there's times I'm like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard being a team of one and doing everything yourself, which, surprise or not, there's a lot of people who do social media or have businesses and they have a team. So that's something important for you to shout out of your own is like, hey, I do this alone and I'm successful at it. And you can too. Because that gives people a motivation that like it's kind of hard doing it by yourself, but it is doable and you can achieve
Oh,
it.
100%. I think also going into the community, because I think your success is based on, meeting people, networking, learning from others. When I first started last year in June, my friend gifted me a starter. I'm like, I don't bake. I'm like, I like to cook. I love to cook. Cooking's easy. You start putting, not easy, but you start putting in flavors together. You can kind of like spice it up. And I grabbed the starter. I started baking, and I'm like, okay, this is, it's a science, but it's a cool science. And then I'm Colombian. I was born in Colombia. So I said, okay, let me make a loaf that's very traditional. Chorizo, we eat a lot of chorizo. It's very different than Mexican chorizo. But I said, then there's, queso costeño, which is our Colombian cheese. I'm like, how do I put this in the bread and make it very unique to my brand?
Dang.
And I started putting that stuff together. And then I went to one of my really good friends who's a chef. His name is Chef LT Lawrence. He is the head chef of Chilte in downtown Phoenix. If you haven't been to Chilte,
Oh yeah, I heard of the spot.
oh, it's amazing. So we're actually doing a collab with Chilte on Sunday. We're doing a trip to Portugal and Spain. It's going to be my
Nice.
bread and then multiple bites that he's putting together.
Awesome.
We're gonna have wine, and then we have people just kind of like go and pick whatever they want from the menu.
Man, I
But-
wish you would have brought some bread.
but gave him the bread and I said, how can I mean, I need to learn from somebody that was a football player, went to culinary school, and now is super successful. So he gave me feedback. I started taking that feedback that he gave me and I wrote notes. I'm like, okay, I need to change this, need to change this. And then I started putting my marketing hat and saying, okay, how do I market now myself? And then I had a friend of mine who owns a coffee shop in northern Arizona in Heber, Sanderson's Coffee, amazing too. But they reached out. They're like, hey, Andres, can you bring your bread with us? Because, bread, we can sell the bread and then the coffee. I'm like, oh, well, I don't have a business and I can't sell bread because I'm doing it with friends, but I don't have a license to do it. And then I said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Created my business, put everything together that I needed to put together, and then started selling my bread, and it just started organically. I said, not going to push it. I'm going to let it grow organically. Next year, I'll create a strategy for myself and how I want. If it takes off, then what do I need to do from that organic growth so I can start moving forward? And that's what I did.
When it takes off, it sounds like it's already
It's
in motion.
It's in motion. I had another foodie, Senor Foodie, who's huge in the community.
Yep.
He
name.
did a video, and then I had different foodies. Jen Foodie. There's so many different foodies and content creators that reached out, and then I reached out to them. And I always say, man, I'm going to reach out to every person on Instagram. The only thing that they can say is yes or no. If they want to work with you, they're going to work. If they don't want, then you respect them and you move forward. But that's another way that you can reach out and start networking and meeting these individuals. So that's what I started doing.
No, it's true too. Like you can't always expect people to come to you. Yes, like
No.
word of mouth is huge and it helps a lot. But going out of your way to reach out to people and showcase your product, or even ask if they're willing to, like you said, give feedback, whether it's good or bad.
Right. Or even like just them cutting the piece piece of bread and putting my logo and saying, oh, I got this, from that following is going to say, oh, where's this guy at? And then that other following, then it just creates this, spiraling effect. So that's what I do normally do.
It's a lot of people out there willing to help too, though. You do got some of your gatekeepers who they don't want to help you with nothing.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And they asking for money rather. Hey, if you want me to help you, this how much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But other than that, it is a lot of people out there.
No, one thing that I've actually, it's been a blessing for me is that the people I've asked have never asked anything like, money wise. And they always say, hey, the food, but I'm like, well, the food is going to be free for you. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you whatever you want so that you can market, but they've never asked me for money, requested money, which has been something that I've noticed that I'm like, man, like, this is awesome. Like, you actually never asked me for anything. You're willing to do that, which shows the person, like the type of people that they are. So.
Yeah, and it also means you're putting out good seeds.
Yeah.
You know, you're a good person.
That's right.
It's funny because I've been going back and forth, right, as far as wanting to tap into entrepreneurship. So I've been going back and forth if I want to just like leave my job and just really put all the effort into doing this because it's what I really enjoy doing. I mean, as far as advice, because obviously you experience the same thing. What would you say to someone who's considering it, or even just an upcoming entrepreneur that's trying to figure it out?
Well, I mean, I'm like a young entrepreneur, but an older or corporate person. I think in order for somebody to really do what they're going to do, their full potential, you have to kind of like take the training wheels off and say you're going to dive in and do it. But I mean, you could also look at it like, hey, you can do part-time and then start doing this, start full-time, and then seeing how it starts helping you that transition and seeing how you're being successful with it, and then just move forward with it. Because sometimes people think, hey, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. It sounds so amazing. But then you start doing it and you're like, I don't think this is for me. So you kind of want to make sure that you're fully committed and this is what you want to do, or put the training wheels on and then have that kind of like half and half job. Like you're building something and then you're going part-time.
Right.
But you have to really look at like, what's your passion? Like what do you really like? Do you want to work for somebody else, or do you want to be creative and work for yourself?
And I feel like that's why I did it too, because I left my job about a year and a half ago, February of 2024. So for me, I felt like leaving right away kind of lit a fire under my butt, because it was like, I can't fail. Like, not like I can't fail, but I can't, if I do fail, like I have to get back up, because I don't have that support or that consistency that I'm so used to. Because at the time I was serving and still doing social media, but I was making more money online. And I was like, why am I going to go to work where I don't really enjoy it? It's not my purpose. It's not my passion, right? But creating social media or creating content for people is my passion. So I just felt like if I left, I wouldn't have anything to do but try and succeed,
Oh, I think it just puts you in the place that you're now survival mode. You're and then your kind of creative juices start to come alive, because they're so suppressed from you're thinking about like, I'm doing something for somebody else, and you're thinking in a different way. But then your creativity, when you have to do stuff for yourself, you start thinking of like, how do I market myself? Who do I need to reach out? Like, what are the people that are going to get me to the next level? Like, how do I get connected to the community? Like, how do I show my passion and my love? Because people love to work with people who have true and honest passion, like honest people, good people. You want to help them, right? And actually, before this, one of my friends, she asked me to join her nonprofit. And I was the person doing the philanthropy and all the marketing pieces. And I helped grow their nonprofit in quite a bit in the year that I was there, because I'm like, okay, how do I grow this? And how do we get a mission out there, right? Because it's kind of like you're doing the same thing. Nobody is going to donate to something that they don't know about. And it doesn't tug your heartstrings, and it doesn't affect their community, because everybody's like this. Whatever affects me is what I care about. Yeah. And then not everybody's like that, but a lot of people are nowadays. Like, you're head down, just keep doing what you need to do. So I think that's another thing. It's like you're selling yourself, and people should connect with you.
You know what's crazy is just sitting here listening to what he's saying, man. Listen to what you just said. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
are.
like pretty much with the I have a Sprinter van service,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and I was kind of forced into the situation, right? But it works out though. Like as long as you keep working, like you got to work behind the scenes of yourself. You got to pick up the phone and reach
Oh,
out to
100%.
people. You got to go online and post stuff. But it lines up somehow. It always end up working out as long as you're working.
Uh-huh.
And then once you get ahead of everything and you start planning ahead, I think that's why I'm kind of getting to the point at right now where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, now it's time to do this. Now it's time to focus on this. So
And
no.
it feels like you're all over the place at the beginning. Because you're like, I'm doing social media. Oh my God, that's a nice picture. I'm going to take that picture. I'm going to upload it. And then you're thinking of content like constantly. Like, how do I think? And then building your presence on social media. Everything you're doing, it's like you're constantly thinking. But once you get to a point and you're like kind of stop, then you can start strategizing. Okay, this is what I've learned from what I've done. Like, how do I put other things in practice so I can continue to grow? And it's funny because like my partner, we've been together for 19 years. And he's always like, damn, you're on your phone constantly. I'm like, because that's what I do. Like, I need to be on my phone.
That's
I
the
need
money
to,
phone.
yeah, I'm like, I'm checking like my ordering website. I'm checking on Instagram. I'm reaching out to people. People are reaching back out to me. Like, I love to reach back out and like reply to people. I mean, it's going to get to a point that you can't do it right away. But it also starts building that trust. Like there's people that reach out and say, hey, how can I get your bread? And I reply right away. They're like, I have never reached out to somebody on Instagram that has replied to me right away.
That's good business practice too. Just
sure.
making sure that you can be there when they need you.
And let's be real, that's money. That's money in a relationship
Yes.
that can bring more money that you might pass up on.
Exactly.
But it also right now I'm in a, like when I get that call, I'm excited about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, who we got? You know. But then you get some of those other. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
You get some calls that somebody. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh man, I think the beauty of it is, man, is you're doing something that you're passionate about rather than
Most
doing it
definitely.
for someone else. So like, yeah, you're putting
Right.
a lot of energy into it, but you'd rather put that energy into your own business than doing it for like a 9 to 5. Because I'll be honest, man, trying to juggle the two, you know, doing this and then also working is very like draining from a mental aspect.
When you say you're young, how old are you?
32.
46.
Huh? 46.
You about this close. You about this close.
I hear
I'm about to get security to come get her out of here.
I'm laughing because everybody says, "Oh, I'm young," and I'm like, I left my job at 40, almost 41. I was gonna
No, I'm
turn.
30.
No, actually, I turned 41.
How old are you?
41.
Oh my, you
don't
look
look
so
41.
good.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I left my job at 41, and I'm rebuilding myself at 41 years. That's
I thought you
The
were in your
hardest thing.
30s.
Congratulations.
I wish.
No, I'm
She
32.
tell me that.
Drop your
She be telling me
skincare
that. No, I'm
routine.
just joking. She be telling me that. I thought you were in your 30s. I'd be like, you know what I'm saying?
I know. But
yeah,
you?
yeah, she does.
You know what? I do a lot of like. We're gonna go into skin routine, but
Yeah, I know.
I just put a lot of like tallow, like beef
Tallow?
tallow. That's really good for you.
Wow.
And then I just put a lot like Korean products. They have so many different like snail mucin, all this different stuff. So I try to take care of my skin, but it's also genetics. Like my grandma, when she passed away, she was 78, 79, and it's like she had no wrinkles on her face.
Wow. No, that's awesome.
So it may be the Colombian
Marry a
too.
Colombian. Yeah. My ex was a Colombian. He was a lot of love, but he cheated on me.
Oh.
No.
Can I hit her with the aqua moment?
Nobody asked you all
Okay.
that.
It's okay. The girl he cheated on me with too. They have a baby together now.
Congrats.
Can I hit her with the
Loving,
aqua
happy
moment?
family.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Cool story, bro.
No, but that's awesome. I was gonna comment about how often you're saying community and how important that is, but not just community, your environment. I feel like if you're not in a right environment, whether that's having friends that don't understand what you're doing, right? Like, why are you on your phone so much? Versus having people who are like, oh my gosh, let me help you with that, or I love creating content. How can we do this together? Or even like, hey, I do marketing, or I'm business savvy. Like, let's work together. I understand how much pressure it is to like be on your own, and like having that type of environment versus people who like may not believe in you is really important, and that may be the big difference between leaving that full-time job or not.
I think your environment is huge. Like And that's actually a really good point, because when I like, now I'm a team of one, but I have my partner who helps me out. I have friends that come to like the farmers markets and like set up with me, stay there, sell with me. And I'm not paying them, but they're like volunteering to do that. Because there's times like it gets so, there's so much going on that somebody wants to talk to you, and then like and you don't want to lose that like connection. So having people at those markets to like help you, it's so like, it just helps out. I have friends, actually my friend LT from Chile, his wife reached out and said, hey, she does marketing, she knows how to do like all that. She's like, whenever you need help, like I can help you out, I can help you build stuff. So people have reached out, which has been amazing, that you do have to have an environment that is very supportive. But it's also about how you also put stuff out there too. Like if people see that, like I've always supported a lot of my friends with, before I started my own business, like to have their businesses, supported them with their businesses, doing back to school drives for them, like doing like raising money, doing all these different things that when they said, hey, we're going to put this together, I'm like, I'm there, I'm going to help you out. Hey, we have a restaurant, I'm there, I'm bringing people to support you. And it has come back full circle for me. Not that I expected it ever, and I never knew I was going to be sitting here. But it does, whatever you put out there is going to come back to you if it's a positive thing.
Or just be intentional with everything you do, you know, because if you go creating a relationship with someone with a positive, I guess like a positive reason for creating that relationship, or a good intent, right? Then everything good will follow, versus like going in money hungry, or like seeing what you can get from them, or like things like that. So I'm definitely learning a lot too, talking to you, because being like social media and doing it full time, sometimes it is hard doing things like out of the kindness of my heart, or just like you know, I'm pretty generous, but sometimes it comes between like, am I going to pay my bills, or am I going to do something to help
Somebody
someone?
else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but I am getting a lot of insight from you, and honestly it's making me want to like pivot a little bit with more positive intentions, and helping people, because I know that in return will help my journey too.
And I think also you never know either, right? Like I can, let's say I'm somebody that's smaller and you have a huge following, and I reach out to you and you help me out. And then the person that reached out to you becomes even bigger than you are. They're always going to remember, and they may come reach out and say, hey, I remember when you helped me out with social media. Can you come and help? You get me? Like, you never know how the world is going to work. If you do one thing for somebody, you never know like how much you're impacting. Like the summers for small businesses, especially like individuals in like restaurants, individuals in like, you know, the baking world, just small businesses in general, they get hit so hard in Phoenix. Like our sales go down during like May, June, July, August, right? Because everybody's on vacation, kids are out of school. It's so hot over here that nobody wants to be outside. There's no markets. There's no. So those people reaching out, they sometimes are reaching out of maybe disparity, depending on everybody else's situation. But those people are reaching out because they need like for somebody like yourself to help them, so that they can kind of like, maybe somebody says, hey, I want to buy your whatever product that you're selling, right? Because they saw that you were doing it. So sometimes it's also good to think about like these small businesses, especially the restaurants always say shop local, you know, eat local, like go to the small businesses, because during the summer they are struggling. We're struggling, not they, we are all struggling. So
Support your local.
yes,
Go to your local
100%.
businesses.
Keep
Start
it all,
eating
keep it
there.
all in the community.
Uh-huh.
And what I say, nephew, when I drink a little bit, it goes from nephew to nephew. That's how my uncles used to say it. But if we look out for everybody else, it's always going. If it's a reward in that. Like
100%,
it's super rewarding.
Yeah,
So
it comes back full circle. How do you feel that Arizona, you know, embraced you as far as with your bakery? You know, have you changed up the way you bake, or you know, how do you feel this affected what you've been doing?
I don't think. I think for me, a lot of people focus on other people, and one of the things I really do is focus on myself. Like I always cheer on other people's successes, clap for them. If you're focused on like, hey, this bakery's doing this person's doing this, or this one, it's just gonna, it's really going to derail you from getting to your where you want to be at success wise, right? You should always applaud other people. I have been very lucky. Like the baking and restaurant world has been very supportive. I haven't seen any animosity towards like myself, and I always also like put my culture in there because that's very important for me. Being a first generation immigrant, not being born in not born in the U.S., you have to work harder. You have to like your focus. Like I'm like this is my goal and this is where I'm going. But I don't really focus. I applaud, and when I say not focus is I'm not noticing their growth. Is I'm applauding, but I'm not going to compare myself to other people.
No, I love that.
Because everybody's journey is different.
Everybody's
part.
journey is
Agreed.
different.
And also,
Totally
I feel
agree.
like social media just always shows the highlights. It's not always
Yes.
going to show the grit and the hard work that goes behind the scenes. Not everyone's going to start from 0 and go automatically to 100. Sometimes it's 0, then 0.1, then 50, then 55. Then you know what I mean. So, I think once you're consistent and once you never give up, then that's
Right.
where you'll start seeing success and not worrying about other people.
Oh, I 100. There's people who are like, "Oh man, you're doing amazing," and then behind the scenes, I'm like, "Am I? Am I really? Okay."
Right, that part.
I'm like,
Yes.
"Okay." I mean, if you say so.
You don't seem like the type of person to like wear your pressure on your sleeve either. Like you seem very like chill, positive, like
I wear it internally.
Yeah.
I'm an Aquarius. Like I believe in zodiac signs. I'm an
Yeah.
Aquarius, and
Okay.
everything that we do, we internalize. We don't externalize.
Can you tell me more? Because my boyfriend's an Aquarius.
Oh, he crazy. No, I'm just
Okay.
kidding. No, they're good people. They just internalize things a lot.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Where do you where do you see yourself, 5 to 10 years from now as far as growing your brand?
Oh man, that's I don't even know what I'm doing now, but no, I think I don't want to own a bakery. That's what I say now. But I don't really want to like own a brick and mortar at the moment. Because I think it's gonna be I think there's a lot of overhead to it, right?
There's
and
a lot that goes behind it.
and there's a lot that goes behind it. So I want to make sure that I'm being strategic with when I'm growing my business. I do want to grow it bigger than what it is now. I want to possibly have employees and then possibly making it a brand that it's not only in Arizona, that could be outside of Arizona.
That's-
I
Awesome.
love that, man. All right, we got to take a break, guys. We'll be right back.
We just want the money and the power. You could find get it
Welcome back to the QMO Podcast. We are back, and man, take over, my man.
Oh man, so well, first and foremost, man, it's been great chatting with you because just hearing your journey and like how you like brought this to life is always inspirational to hear. But I do want to know, you have so much going on in your life. What does peace look like for you right now?
Oh, there's peace. No, I'm just kidding.
He like that exists.
That's foreign language.
Actually, I just went to Disneyland with my friends last weekend. I went to Heber. I went to Northern Arizona. There's times I need to like get away. I go to the gym. I go to our friend's gym, the Barbell Effect in Levine. So that's another way for me to like mentally kind of like get away and decompress. Because like I said, I'm an Aquarius, so everything is very internalized, and I go through a lot of things in my head, like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, like all these things. I'm like, oh my God, like I overwhelm myself. And then watching TV is another thing. Like when I'm baking, I just like, there's times I'm like, I need to stop watching TV because I
Watch
just
Love
like,
Island.
no, I'm actually it's so weird, but I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale on them.
Wow.
It is the weirdest show in the world, and I never thought I would get into it, but it's amazing.
Really?
Like it's so crazy to like. It's just a crazy show.
Is that the one where they wear the bonnets and things?
Oh,
I've
you have
seen
to. It makes you angry, but then it's like it makes you think about like life a lot. But yeah, so I just think like hanging out with friends, spending time with family. And then my family lives in Jersey and Miami, but my partner's family, and then my 2 doggies.
How often do you go visit your family?
This year I have not gone with, but usually probably once every like 2 years sometimes. They were actually here last year for the Columbia game. So we went to go see soccer. It was like 16 of them. So that was really fun.
That's fun. I feel like as we get older, it's a lot harder to like not necessarily make time for family, but like leave what we're doing
It's so much,
and
yeah.
go there and travel. It's one thing if you live in the same state, right? But when you, because my parents live in California and DC, so
Uh-huh.
it's hard. Like I can't see both of my parents at the same time. I have to like plan it out, or maybe it's every couple years.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't seen my dad for like 2 years, and I just saw him in March, so that was like really cool. So how impactful have your family members been in choosing this line of work? Because were they pretty supportive in your corporate life, and then they were kind of
Oh, my
nervous
parents,
about?
yeah. Well, my parents have always been like, so my parents left Colombia to give us a better life, right? Which, as any immigrant family that lives in another country does.
You hear that? Sorry.
But it was impactful for them because one, I graduated high school, then I went into college, graduated college, got my master's degree too, went into the
Wow.
Air Force. So there were so many milestones as an immigrant that I accomplished that I may have never accomplished, before. So they have been very proud of like everything I've done throughout my life and everything that I've been accomplishing and things that I've been doing. And then just anything that I do, they're always proud of. Like they're just very proud that we're taking advantage of the sacrifices that they made for us.
Oh,
Quick,
that
quick
part.
question. So like I got my CDL license, and I remember being a kid jumping up on this truck that was parked on a lot by my house, right? And then I connect that with what. Fast forward, I got my CDL license, right?
Uh-huh.
So is this something that happened to you back in the day that you say that got you doing what you're doing? That you know what I'm saying? That
Oh, going to like very focus. I was crazy as a child. Like I was out of all my siblings, my mom was like, oh no, this is gonna be the one that's never gonna make it through life.
It's the problem
But
child.
I think when I went into the military, it kind of like not shaped me, but it changed my perspective and how I was thinking about life. Like to me, like life was partying, having fun. I came out when I was not 18 years old. That was very hard for me. My parents were not very accepting at that time. It was very hard for myself. So there was a lot of things I was going through mentally that a lot of people don't know. But then when I went into the military, it was kind of like my way to escape. Like I wanted to escape. I wanted to be free. And I had a really rough relationship with my parents during that time when I kind of like escaped and I moved away from them because I was running away from them. They're like, either you move to Miami or you stay with us. So when I went to the Air Force, I felt like I created my own life. I was creating my own life. I was able to be the person that I was, but I wasn't during that time because then they had Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But I was doing my own life. Like I was creating the path that I wanted to be. And that's when it kind of clicked in my head that like, I need to succeed and I need to move forward. I can't live in the past. I can't live in like, hey, this happened to me when I was a child. Now I'm moving forward. You get me? So I think those are the things that really hit for me, were my parents really instilling in us success, their sacrifice, the things that I went through as a person, and then going into the military and then succeeding. Those are the things that I always kept in my mind.
I love that they do support you now.
Oh, they're very
Everything.
supportive.
And
Yeah, they don't care now. They're supportive of me being gay. They're supportive of my lifestyle. They're supportive of my business. They're supportive of everything that I do. So it's a full circle moment. It's like you had to detach so that you can rebuild that relationship.
I like that you mentioned sacrifices too, like doing everything that you can and it being worth their sacrifices. Because I feel like as we get older, even when we're younger, we just want to make our parents proud, right?
Oh,
We just
right.
wanna-
100%.
not even if it's successful in the eyes of the world, but just like our parents. Like, did we prove them wrong or right, and did we follow them in their footsteps or do something else that they're still proud of? And I don't know if Leon was trying to ask if you had started baking when you were younger, but I think you told us that your friend gave you a starter.
Yeah, so
something.
I didn't start when I was my passion of bake. I think my cooking helped, like, to go back to your question. I think I used to, like, my mom, I used to go clean houses with my mom when I was a child. Like, she's like, you're going to wake up on Saturday. We're going to this customer. We're going to clean and we'll come back home. But then she would tell us, "Hey, I'm gonna be late home. This is the meal that you're gonna make when we get home. The meal is gonna be done, right?" So my sister and I, my older sister, I'm the middle child. We learned how to cook, and we would cook all the time. We would cook with my mom. I would cook for my cousins. Cooking was like the center of our lives growing up, and then baking was something that was not there. But then when I started baking, I'm like, wow, I can go back to the passion that I had when I was growing up and how I grew up, and I could put it into what I'm doing now. So I think it became something that was like, I started to love it because I could put that into that.
That's dope.
Bacon with Andres.
Oh, so speaking of bake, you brought something.
I brought some cookies.
Hey,
You wanna pull it
Yes.
out?
Show them to the camera.
He just hungry.
I do want to try
He
it.
like, you know what? He been
So
looking at them
I don't know
cookies
if
for
the
too
camera
long.
can see
Are
them,
we able to
but
get this on the camera by chance?
let's see here.
That looks fire. I gotta get the phone out. Presentation is crazy.
So this is sourdough cookie.
Oh.
So it's cinnamon roll. I love cinnamon rolls.
You love cinnamon. Which
oh.
one's the cinnamon roll?
It's a cinnamon roll sourdough cookie with sea salt. This one has sea salt to cut a little bit of like the sugar. And this is a strawberry and a strawberry reduction. So a berry reduction I make. And then it's a puree, and I put it on top of the sourdough cookie.
Yeah, it's going down. I wish I had some milk.
Man, that's all we need.
So
man.
if you guys want to taste it, you can.
Ladies first.
Yay!
What?
Thank
Man,
you.
that's equal rights, bro.
Don't be
Ain't
extra.
no more ladies' right.
There's 6. I want one.
I'm giving it to you. Big ball.
We should get a knife and cut them because we got other people. Okay. She like, I don't support that.
She don't.
I support sharing and hungry.
No, I was saying
She
we got
ain't here.
other.
Now you said, bro.
Yeah, we got other people here besides.
I'm good. I'm not gonna have a
Yeah,
cookie.
We're good. Oh, it smells good. Thank you.
Of course. And I just baked them today, so they're nice and fresh too. And then
Sourdough.
my trick, like when they buy them, I say put them in the microwave for 15 seconds and it melts, and it's like a cinnamon roll.
Actual cinnamon roll.
That's for y'all three right there.
Thanks.
Oh wow!
Here you go. Oh, almost dropped it.
Man.
I'd have dove on the floor, man. Nah, this fire right here, man. This is fire.
So it's strawberries on top, and I made the strawberry myself. And then everything is made from scratch.
Yeah, that's fire.
I like the strawberry because it has a little bit of I put lemon into like when I'm making it, so it gives it a little bit like that acid, and then it has like a little bit of sweetness.
Man, this is good, man.
Because bacon totally different than
Cooking.
You
100%.
have to be precise. Like I grew up, my grandparents owned like several restaurants and stuff. My granddad actually owned a fried chicken truck.
Ooh, and I love fried chicken.
He'd drive around the neighborhood. He'd hit that horn. It sounded like a rooster, and everybody knew to come out. You know what I mean? And my grandma, she taught me how to cook. She taught all the boys how to cook. At 12, I was cooking.
Oh, that's important,
But
man.
bacon, cooking, I can freestyle.
Yeah, bacon.
I can be
is-
like, let me add this. Bacon, you got to be precise.
Oh, and that's why I'm like at the beginning, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can. All the measuring with cooking, you just kind of like start tasting and you start looking at things, and then baking, start doing it. I'm like, okay, it's not that hard. Like you could start doing so many different things. So, but yeah, I love. And then fried chicken. Oh,
yeah.
that's actually one of my top meals.
Yeah?
Oh man.
You have a favorite chicken spot?
Gus's fried chicken
Oh,
downtown.
oh,
I like
Gus's is
Gus's.
fire,
Oh,
yeah.
it's good because I'm not big on like the fried chicken that's like super bready.
Mhm.
I like Gus's because it's like the flavor is in the skin and like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's so good.
Mine's is probably ATL wings out here.
Oh, I love
but back
ATL
home in the
wings, too.
South in Memphis, 'cause that's where I'm from. I go to Ching's, and then we have a couple other spots. But Ching's is by far probably like my Debo's, Crumpy's. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
No, ATL is good. I like their ATL. What is it? The sauce.
Yeah,
ATL sauce.
Oh my gosh, man.
That's the best right there.
Salih's be cooking it up too, man. You gotta tell him about your.
I told, hey nephew, I've been cooking since I was 12.
Are you
So
gonna talk about the collard greens?
No, not that.
he ain't had a collard greens yet. He had my cabbage though.
You have catfish?
Cabbage.
Oh,
He had my
cabbage.
cabbage. I just made some. What I make? The ground turkey
with some he made some ground turkey with some Philadelphia cream cheese.
I put some cheese in it and I'll see something and it feel like I'm missing something.
Right.
So I like even recipes that my grandma used to do. It's always missing something to me, and I try it usually it work out fine.
Right.
Sometimes I have to throw some stuff out, but nah, man.
Cream cheese in the ground beef.
It was fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Because
Nah. And what you put in the spaghetti though?
Because it was a taco.
So you're doing
I made it
kind
like
of
a ground taco.
Gotcha.
Like, so imagine just taco meat
with
with cream cheese.
Okay.
And so we made nachos.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it just
that creamy texture with the you made nachos and put the
Yeah,
it was.
So as you're cooking the ground beef or the turkey, we use ground turkey.
Yeah.
You throwing that cheese in there and you let it, and then you add cheese on top of that. And take it to another level.
No,
But man, I'm like I said, I always see something, and I'm always like, man, what am I missing? And I'm gonna add something to it. So.
Right. I'm the same way. I just come up with stuff sometimes, and I'm like, oh, it came out.
take us through your real quick. Hey, that was fire, man.
You
That
guys
was
like
fire.
so
Hey,
good.
That's a 10, homie. That was
I'm
that
I'm
was
a critic
crazy.
because
right
like
there.
I be cooking and baking, and I'm like, this is really good.
Wait,
This
good.
is-
Martin,
like, this is
10 out of 10.
amazing.
Ladies, what we rating it? 10. Yeah,
I'm kind of mad it isn't anymore. Like,
man, right? I was like,
I'm
dang.
like,
Hey,
look,
why?
I looked at the box.
Hey,
like that.
Leon, I'm like, why we share, bro?
Yeah, so I make like baked goods too. So I'll do the cinnamon roll ones, and then I'll do like a carrot salted caramel, the regular, and then strawberry. I do peanut butter cookies. I do all different types of cookies.
Can we promote your bread for free on the podcast? Can we do
yeah.
something for you like that? This is really good, man.
I would appreciate
Yeah,
that.
let's do it. Let's do it. We can definitely talk, next month and create some.
Okay.
I definitely want to try.
I'll bring
Get
bread
Doughvine
over.
bread.
If you need bread, I'm gonna bring it over.
Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely, let's do it, man. I do have a question for you because you spoke on immigrants. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it as far as like what's been going on with ICE and everything.
Can I cuss on here? F ice.
I think
edit that out. we haven't made it yet.
No.
Edit that out.
She just spelled Feist.
Fucking
F-Ice.
she's about Feist.
Feist. F-Ice.
I think it's it hits close to home because most of my family is all immigrants, and most of us are first generation immigrants. So I think the climate that we're currently in is a very difficult climate for many people. It's hard for me to look at what's happening and really support what's happening, right? Because what's there to support? But also, I do believe that there's a lot of immigrants. We also have to look at there's a lot of us immigrants that have still waiting to either get green cards or get whatever the situation is. And there's a lot of immigrants that are mad at immigrants coming into the country and being put first than the individuals that have to. So I think you also have to look at situations like that for those individuals. But do I support it? Not.
Yeah.
No, but do I look at all the facts that come to my mom waiting and she's still waiting, but somebody else is in front.
Why is that?
It's when you're a green card, it just takes such a long time. But I think that's the situation. I don't support and I don't condone what's happening now, but also we have to look at immigrants that have been here and established. How do we help them out as well? I think it needs to be a policy that's for everybody and not only for a certain number of people.
My thing is how you do things.
Yeah,
and how they're going about doing it. I don't.
It's
agree
not.
with it.
It's not the right way.
Sending military troops is ridiculous.
Now, if you go after the bad, you start finding the people that got record. You go after them first, and even with the if that's the law, if that's what you want to do, it's a way about it. You have to do it. You don't just break up families like that. You get the process. You give them an opportunity, especially if you got people that's working their ass. They here and they working hard and they're giving they helping right. They helping us. So to me, it's just ugly the way they do it.
Well, it's like the same thing if I was growing up and the same thing was happening, and then it would happen to us because we didn't have the right paperwork, right?
Yeah.
So even when I served in the military, I was just a green card holder. I was I was a permanent resident. I was a citizen. And I became a citizen because of the military. The military actually helped me become a citizen.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I had a captain. She was Dominican. She goes, She's like, can you come see me? And I'm like, yeah, am I in trouble? She's like, why are you not a U.S. citizen? She's like, do you know you can just submit yourself and we're in the military and you'll get it in like a month. And a month had my citizenship.
Man,
Hey, that's
Yeah, you hear that? If you don't
Hey,
want to get
thank you.
deported,
That's
join the
something.
military.
Hey, for real, that's something.
Well,
No, there's a
real
lot of people. I'm not lying. You don't have to. A lot of people are afraid, but you don't. There's so many green card holders in the U.S. military. Like
And shout out to the-
we're not. There's not. There's a lot of people that are not citizens.
we might have just shared the cheat code.
I
Hey,
think
and
it's
shout
just
out to the
those-
Dominican lady that
Oh,
that
she
on
was
that. Like, real
my.
stuff.
She guided me through the military a lot.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like some people might not want to be. They want to serve our country, obviously, but they don't want to serve Trump. You feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
But hey,
I'm
if
not
you
mad at him
hey,
for
if you
that.
want to get under his skin, join the military.
You got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you have to. What do you say? You have to. You have to make sacrifices for better things to come.
Definitely, man. Definitely. We do got to wrap this thing up, man. I have a question for you, though. You know, when this thing is everything that you're doing, right? All the accomplishments, you know, the bakery, the business, your growth, your resume. You know, what do you want people to remember you by when it's all said and done?
I think by my kindness. I love to help people. Like I'm very giving. Not because I'm saying it because it's me, but I think about people a lot, and I think about how do I impact people? How can I help them, and how can I join them, like in whatever they're doing? And I think that support. I want people to remember that I am a supportive person. I do love people, and I want them to succeed, and that's one of my biggest things that I really focus on.
It's dope.
All right, we got to wrap this thing up.
Thank you.
You guys got anything I want to?
I mean, besides Friday, is there anything coming up that we should be excited for? Whether it's new flavors, new media coming out.
Okay, so I'm working with Phoenix Voyager.
Wow.
I have
That's a magazine, right?
Yeah, the magazine. They're gonna have an article coming out.
Congrats.
Thank you. I also joined up with State 48, and we're
wow.
creating collabing, and we're creating a shirt right now.
Oh.
I already have my first prototype that they sent over to me, so that's something else that I'm working
Huge.
on.
What? Merch already? Okay.
And then next week, I'll be up north. I'll be selling up north. I have a collab coming up on the 26th with a chef here in Phoenix called Arepa Babe. She's Colombian too.
Okay.
And we're going to do a collab as well. So there's a few things that are coming.
I love that.
Congratulations, man.
Thank
This is
you.
Great milestone for you. Super excited to see, you know, how everything play out for you. We definitely want to, you know, get some of this stuff on the podcast. That I'm kind of mad we shared with the ladies. But no, it was.
I'm gonna bring bread.
Good. No, it was fire. I've never had a sourdough cookie before.
That's
That's
really good.
that's fire.
I know everybody goes sourdough cookies. It tastes like sourdough. I'm like, nope, just taste the cookie.
Yeah, it's really good.
Big homie, how can they follow you?
Oh man, Lion Luxury Transportation on IG. Yeah, hit me up there. Hey, I like to send shout out to Evo, a restaurant. I want to connect you.
Okay.
My best friend's part owner over there. Y'all might be able to do a little business.
Oh,
right?
perfect. Yeah.
And yeah, and shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Sure.
Y'all
Yeah,
know
you
you can
getting all
follow
vulnerable and
me.
stuff.
You can
You know,
follow
finally getting all vulnerable. I don't even know how to say that. Vulnerable.
Okay, it's my turn.
Boo.
Oh, she's so selfish. You selfish, bro.
No, now that I've talked to Andres, I'm a much more giving, loving, and caring person.
I'll post all that
so
stuff.
Stop. Okay, you guys can follow me at The Real Liv B on Instagram or my fitness page, Official Liv B Fit. If you need a personal trainer this summer or this year, hit me up. Shout out to Uptown Cheapskate, the best thrift store in town, Chandler location. And obviously follow QMO Pod. Shout out to y'all.
You better start posting my stuff.
And we can, ladies, just so y'all know, when y'all like edit the episode, just mute her out from all that stuff.
He's lying.
Yeah, just make sure y'all mute everything she said, just so they don't hear it. But no, hey, thank you so much. This was awesome. Thank you so much for coming on and blessing us with your presence. Guys, if you like this episode, make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the QMO page. We about to hit 2,000 subscribers. We're
Have a
3
giveaway.
subs away.
We have a giveaway coming up.
Giveaway coming up soon. We're going to be sharing the details on that. You can follow. Stay tuned with the community chat. But Andres, thank you so much for coming on. Guys,
Thank you for having me.
Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Andres_Candou, CANDOUGH. All right. Thank you very much.
Take it, guys. Thank you.
Subscribe.
Thank
That was good.
you.